Welcome to the Riskwiser Zone, the podcast where we dive into the world of stocks and finance to help you make informed decisions about your investments. I'm your host, Lewis, and we're glad you're joining us today. We've got a lot to cover in today's show, but first, let's take a look at what's been happening in the markets. The S&P 500 had a modest gain of 0.5% on Wednesday, with communications and tech stocks leading the way. But it wasn't all smooth sailing, as some companies saw significant losses. One of the big winners of the day was Alphabet, the parent company of Google. Shares soared over 9% after a federal court ruled that the company wouldn't have to sell off its search engine due to an antitrust lawsuit. This decision allows Alphabet to continue paying Apple to make Google the default search option on its devices. Analysts are weighing in, with some raising their price targets for Alphabet stock. On the other hand, Dollar Tree had a rough day, with shares plummeting 8.4% after the company warned of near-term pressure from tariffs. Despite posting better-than-expected sales and profits for the second quarter, Dollar Tree's guidance for adjusted profit in the current quarter came in below consensus forecasts. We also saw some movement in other stocks, including Apple, which rose 3.8% after the court ruling, and Western Digital, which gained 5% after Morgan Stanley called it a top pick and raised its price target. It's worth noting that the labor market is still a concern, with job openings declining in July due to tariffs and elevated interest rates. This could have implications for the broader economy and the stock market as a whole. As we always say on the Riskwiser Zone, it's essential to stay informed and up to date on the latest developments in the world of finance. We'll be keeping a close eye on these stories and more as they unfold. We'll be right back with more from the world of stocks and finance on the Riskwiser Zone. Welcome back to the Riskwiser Zone. We're glad you're still with us as we dive into the world of finance and risk management. In this segment, we'll be discussing two major stories that have caught our attention. Firstly, let's take a look at the recent developments in the U.S. stock market. The S&P 500 has reached new heights, with the index hitting a record high. This comes as a result of positive economic data and a strong jobs report. However, some experts are warning of a potential bubble, citing concerns over inflation and interest rates. We'll be keeping a close eye on this story as it unfolds. In other news, Reliance Communications has found itself in the spotlight after Bank of Baroda classified the company's loan accounts, as well as those of its former promoter Anil Ambani, as fraud. This move has significant implications for the company, which is currently undergoing corporate insolvency resolution. The classification has been made under the bank's independent authority and concerns loans and credit facilities that pertain to the period prior to the commencement of the company's corporate insolvency resolution process. It's essential to note that the situation is complex, and we must consider multiple perspectives before forming an opinion. While this development may have a negative impact on Reliance Communications shareholders, it also highlights the importance of due diligence and risk management in the financial sector. As we continue to monitor these stories, we'll provide you with updates and analysis to help you make informed decisions. Remember, risk management is key to navigating the ever-changing landscape of finance. Stay tuned for our final story of the day, right here on the Riskwiser Zone. Welcome back to the Riskwiser Zone. We've got an exciting closing segment for you today as we dive into the world of cryptocurrency and Bitcoin mining. You might have heard the news about American Bitcoin, a company backed by President Donald Trump's sons Donald Jr. and Eric, making its public debut on Nasdaq. According to reports, American Bitcoin opened 33% higher in its Nasdaq debut, with the stock trading under the ticker ABTC. The company was formed by the merger of American data centers, owned by the Trump brothers, and crypto mining firm Hut 8. This move is seen as a significant step towards bringing Bitcoin into the mainstream U.S. capital markets. Now, I know some of you might be thinking, is this a sign that Bitcoin is going to take off? Well, it's essential to approach this news with a balanced perspective. On one hand, American Bitcoin's listing on Nasdaq could bring more legitimacy and exposure to the cryptocurrency market. On the other hand, we need to consider the potential risks and volatility associated with investing in Bitcoin. Eric Trump, co-founder and CEO of American Bitcoin, expressed his enthusiasm about the company's mission to make America a leader in the global Bitcoin economy. He stated that, "The best is yet to come" for the company, which aims to accumulate more Bitcoin on its balance sheet. As an investor, it's crucial to do your own research and consider multiple sources before making any decisions. While American Bitcoin's listing might be seen as a positive development by some, others might view it with skepticism. In conclusion, the world of cryptocurrency is constantly evolving, and it's essential to stay informed and adapt to changing market conditions. As always, we recommend that you invest with caution and consult with a financial advisor before making any investment decisions. That's all for today's Riskwiser Zone. Remember to like, share, and subscribe, and until next time, invest with caution.